let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Knipple out there with Bridges. And it's Diabate in at the center. And for San Antonio, filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Fox. And it's Champagnie in at the power forward. You know, RJ, tonight it figures to be a physical contest. Each of these teams excelling in rebounding.
Yeah, that's what both hang their hat on. This is a pride matchup. When you identify as a rebounding team, you never want to lose that battle.
Now, here's Vassell. Back to Fox. Launches a three. Bridges with the board. Pass to Miller. Back to Bridges. Here's Knipple. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. Coach told me, quote, "Our success defensively in this one hinges on how we guard LaMelo Ball." He continued, not only is Ball a three-level scorer, he's a top-tier passer with excellent court vision. And we've got to do our best to make him uncomfortable out there. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. And that one is good.
This is the thing about Fox. He has the length to do damage on the inside.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Pass to Knipple. Back to Ball. There's a screen. Now, here's Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. And that's good. LaMelo Ball for three.
So often, LaMelo is the setup man. There, he's on the finishing end.
Vassell, a screen on Ball. Here's Fox. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Miller. A rebound by the Spurs. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And boy, did they impress everyone with that comeback they had in the fourth. Just stunned that crowd.
Here's Champagnie. 20 points for him last game against the Clippers.
And I love what he's been able to do on the glass, securing some extra possessions for his team.
And that one's good. Wembanyama.
And this kid has all the confidence in the world. Wembanyama stayed under control just in time to beat the clock.
And the Hornets playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on, and last season, their worst record in over a decade. We're hoping these new additions can help.
Here's Fox. After the basket by Charlotte. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
I like watching Fox orchestrate these sets because he lets the play develop naturally, then takes what he sees.
Pass to Miller. Charlotte moving it around. Fox against Ball. Bridges for 3. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Just a proven threat from beyond, and Bridges has a good feel for when to fire him from there.
Here's Champagnie. Here's Castle. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Here's Diabate. Defended by Wembanyama. And stolen by Castle. Inside. And he dunks it down.
They say the vertical is where Castle lacks a bit. Show me where it lacked there.
Miller outside. Bridges outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, check out the handles. They are nasty. Spin move. Had his man grab it for air.
Three-pointer, Fox. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Here's Wembanyama. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. The shot, no good.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
Fox against Ball. Out to Bridges. Clock at 4 for 3. Ball, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Vassell outside. Down low. Here's Wembanyama. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Now, here's Ball. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Here's the floater. Diabate's shot is good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Vassell outside. Wembanyama outside. Three-pointer, Fox. Hornets with the rebound. Diabate's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Let's just say his subpar shooting is just one reason why they are trailing in this ball game.
Now, here's Bridges. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Here's Ball. Miller, that's for 2. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists in the game. Spurs trail by 8. Fox passes to Champagnie. Vassell outside. For the 3. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
They played pretty solid basketball, but a few miscues is all it takes to turn a win into a loss, especially against a good team.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
And that seems about right. Last season was one that both teams would like to forget. They get beat up a lot and couldn't even beat up on each other.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. Harper comes in for De'Aaron Fox. And the Hornets making a change here. Harper with the ball. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Wembanyama. And here is Vassell. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist.
You see the improvement in Vassell's jump shot, looking more and more confident now.
RJ, we have never seen a player like Victor Wembanyama. In your opinion, what's his potential?
Wemby has so much potential, it's scary. The number one thing that can stop him from being one of the greats of all times, in my opinion, is injury. After that, there is nothing that is stopping him from being one of the most dominant physical specimens we've ever seen.
Hornets leading by 8. And here is Ball. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. He gets that one. Ball's got 5 now.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Castle with the bounce pass. Now Wembanyama. Boy, was he something else against the Clippers. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Wembanyama is a specimen, going at the rim there with a purpose.
Ball surveying the defense. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You got to blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Spurs. Johnson comes in for Stephon Castle. Now here's Harper. No scoring in this one. Here's Wembanyama. Three-pointer. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. Hornets leading by 8. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Kobe White becoming an offensive focal point, saying, "It means a lot that my coaches and my teammates trust me. The only thing that can prepare you for this is going through it. For me to become the player I want to be, I need those moments. It's all part of the learning process and the journey." Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
Knueppel with it. Ball with a wide open look. And the three off target. Ball against Harper. To the inside. With the season winding down, GA, what's key for a long playoff run, do you think?
Kevin, one thing is health, right? When you look back at past NBA champions, lots of times it's the teams that were able to survive the year without any major injuries.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Charlotte?
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And let's also give them some credit for running the break so well. They're making the most of their chances to score in transition.
Free throw good, Wembanyama. And great with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award. The Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
De'Aaron Fox is checked in for Luke Cornett. Good on both.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Bridges outside. In the corner, it's James. Back to Bridges. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. McNeely shot is off.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And that one's good, Barnes.
I want to say that that's great vision from Wemby, but he can see everything from that height, anticipating that the player was going to be there.
Now here's White. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Bridges outside. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And that one's good, Barnes.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
There's the pick. Bridges against Barnes. Bridges inside. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Harper. And Harper slams it in.
Good work by Johnson scanning the floor, looking for those chances to share the ball.
And so White will bring it up for Charlotte. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Spurs ball.
are the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Now, here's Fox. He had 19 points in the win against the Clippers.
And how about the passing? We've seen this from him. He's just absolutely shredding the D to pieces right now.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And so... Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Kobe White is out there with James. Then it's McNeely. Then there's Miles Bridges. San Antonio leading. Fox looking it over. Pass to Cornette. Johnson outside. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Cornette. And another basket for San Antonio.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Bridges. Pass to McNeely. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Keldon Johnson. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
Another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break.
The free throw drops for McNeely. And when it comes to team building, GA, there's been a debate about whether the 2-star or 3-star approach is more effective.
Kevin, for me, I think it comes down to fit more than anything. It doesn't matter how many stars you have if they don't mesh. And if they're not comfortable in the role that's carved out for them on that respective team.
And so he makes both from the line. And one thing, Richard, you note about this Spurs organization is their stability.
Yeah, the same governorship for 3 decades. The front office has been in place for almost as long. Now Mitch Johnson has taken over as coach, but it was a smooth transition, not a big shakeup.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Bridges. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Pass to Cornette. Now, here's Johnson. Back to Cornette. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
White looking around. Here's Bridges. Uncovered. And that one is off. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. See some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Fox against White. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. McNeely, good. McNeely's got it all tied up now for the Hornets.
If you give him that kind of separation, oh, he's going to take full advantage.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. An efficient score, Kobe White, effective with or Greg without the ball in his hands.
And that's a rare quality. A guard who can break you down off the bounce, but also willing to give it up and then sit to an open spot. It just makes him so difficult to defend.
The Spurs making a switch here. Wembanyama is checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Ball's checked in. Ball against Fox. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And here's Harper from the arc. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Do not discount how much Fox's playmaking means to this team. He is the floor general.
For 3, Bridges. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the left wing. Steps back. Ball. Good. Nice job down low. Ball's got 7 points in the game. Spurs have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Wembanyama, a screen on Ball. Oh, the rim with an easy reach of Wembanyama.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Outside, White. Back to Ball. Banked in off the glass. Ball's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Making it work in close. Ball getting an agile finish.
Wembanyama, right side. The kick out to Harper. Clock at 6. Wembanyama sets a screen for Harper. It's deflected. White, left side. He's guarded by Harper. Ball from long range. Again, ball missing.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Outside, Fox. There's the triple. And it's White with the rebound. Charlotte's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. It's up a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. White's got his second basket.
He's a pretty reliable three-point producer. White knows what his job is.
Ball against Fox. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And they've repeatedly broke inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
De'Aaron Fox, RJ, isn't the only member of his family that can shoot the ball. His wife's pretty good, too.
Oh, you're right about that. His wife played Division I basketball at 2 big-time schools. She was pretty good in her day, and De'Aaron wears number 4 to honor her.
And the speed of De'Aaron Fox. Wow. He gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And so Miller will bring it up for Charlotte. Outside, Ball. Pass to Knippel. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And the Hornets lead by 1.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Vassell outside. Off target with his 3. Charlotte's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Got that bucket in no time at all. Now it's a 4-point Hornets lead. Now Castle. And stolen by Miller. Bridges outside. And here is Ball. Out to Bridges. A three-pointer, no good. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Fox passes to Wembanyama. Here's Champagnie. And the 3-ball is good. Champagnie's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Miller outside. Outside, Ball. Fires for 3. And Knippel, the bucket on the assist by Ball. Knippel's got 5.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Johnson is checked in for De'Aaron Fox. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Williams is checked in. Here's Castle. Vassell outside. Johnson surveying the floor. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 16 points for Victor Wembanyama. Outside Williams. Back to Ball. Pass to Williams. Shot clock at 5. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists now in the game. Spurs trail by 4. Johnson outside. Here's Champagnie. Wembanyama, a screen on Williams. Shot by Champagnie, no good. Charlotte's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter, 4 for 8. Pass the Ball. Williams, a screen on Castle. And he lobs it up toward the rim. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Now Castle. He's covered by Ball. Now Wembanyama. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Wembanyama sets a screen for Johnson, and he's good on the 3-ball.
I tell you that Keldon Johnson has a beautiful three-point shot. When he's feeling it, ooh, man, it's automatic.
So, GA Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Wembanyama. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Hornets leading by 3. Ball kicks to Miller. shot clock, and Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Harper, who's checked in for the Spurs. The Hornets also changing it up. Diabate's checked in, and it's Bridges in for Williams. Bridges finds Miller. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Ball with the bucket.
Getting comfortable in the second quarter. His efficiency is finally on the rise.
Wembanyama, a screen on Ball. Harper the pass to Champagnie. Now Wembanyama. Shoots from 12. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Here's Knippel. He had 27 points last game. Here's Bridges. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Harper. Now Wembanyama. Easy money for Wembanyama.
Going to Wembanyama, any chance you get just makes a whole lot of sense. Victor is really on fire tonight.
Now Ball. Lets the three fly. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Pass to Castle. Now Wembanyama. Makes it off the glass. Wembanyama's got 10 points in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
LaMelo Ball getting it done for Charlotte. And it was from the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Fans, get ready for some high RPM and amazing stunts from your pocket bike, Arena Entertainment.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
And you know, for that matchup with the Suns, they're going to be tested on both ends. But we're talking to these guys. They're ready for it. They're hyped, man. This one could have a playoff feel, Ernie.
Our viewers would love that. So would we.
That was a good job, Kenny.
Thank you.
And now let's roll it back to that first half. How about LaMelo Ball so far?
So it's not about how many shots you take, it's about how many you make. And he's been making the most of every opportunity.
Yeah, when you got somebody cooking like that, you just sit back and watch the show. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
Fox and Castle are their guards. Then there's Wembanyama. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Champagnie in at the 4 slot. That's the San Antonio 5. That one drops for him.
brushing that right off. Tough to redirect ball on that drive.
It's Fox with the drive. A three from Wembanyama. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. Ball's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Five on the clock. Nice move. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
So much drive in this game. Ball wants to beat you and make you feel it.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
Vassell wide open. Offline with his three. Hornets leading by 8. To the middle. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
For Charlotte, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. 8-point game. No coverage that time. Wembanyama's got 25 points. The Hornets shooting 65%. An outstanding offensive display from them. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And here's a rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. Second is Knippel. Stephon Castle, third.
Talk about hitting the ground running. These two have made an immediate impact with their scoring.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Shot by Champagnie, no good.
And they have been cold coming out of the break, only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Spurs last season acquiring De'Aaron Fox. He said what this team struggled with are the things that I bring. Self-creation, being able to touch the paint, getting into the teeth of the defense and collapsing it. And regardless of how well I'm playing in a game, I still command attention. My guys never just leave me. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. Now, Bridges, following De'Aaron Fox's three-point attempt. There's Ball with the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Miller's got 3 assists now in this one.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
At well over 7 feet tall. Inside is easy money for Victor.
Ball against Fox. For 3, Bridges, and another 3 for Charlotte.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Vassell sends a screen for Fox. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
And this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Pass the ball. Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Here's Champagnie. Here's Wembanyama. He's covered by Ball. The shot by Wembanyama, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Pulls it up. Knippel, no good. Spurs trail by 7. Vassell kicks to Fox. To the wing right side. Ball against Wembanyama. The shot's good. Wembanyama's got 29 in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Miller finds Bridges. Bridges double team. Ball against Fox, and it's Ball that time on the assist by Miller. Ball's got 10 points in the quarter.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Fox from outside. Good on the triple. Fox has got 14 points for the game.
Rise and fire. Man, I love watching Fox cash in off the catch.
Pass to Knippel. Takes a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Hornets lead by 7.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
There's no stopping that. Wembanyama with the forceful finish.
Outside Ball. To the middle. Here's Diabate.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
San Antonio's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Pass to Champagnie. Here's Wembanyama. And the Spurs scoring again.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
Back to Ball. A 3-ball. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's floats it up for Oh, watch out for Wembanyama!
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
Hornets leading by 3. Pass to Diabate. Left side, Miller. Got it. Good job in the low post. Miller's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Here's Champagnie. Wembanyama with it. He has 35. Now Castle, covered by Miller. For 3, Vassell gets it to go from beyond the arc. Vassell's got 5 now.
And this is something Vassell has really improved. Now you have to guard him closely from deep.
Back to Ball. Fires the 3. Rebound San Antonio. A pass to Fox. Here's Wembanyama. Now Castle. Wembanyama, a screen on Miller. Takes a step back. For 3, Vassell. Miller grabs the miss. Charlotte's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Here's Knippel. 8 points for him. Ball no good. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
Here's Vassell. And it's all evened up. Vassell's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that's what we're used to him doing, but he really just hasn't had that typical impact offensively. If they keep getting him touches, this game won't be tied for long.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Kobe White, he's checked in for Miller. And it's the Hornets with the ball. To the inside. Stripped away. Harper up top. He has 5. And Harper slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
And here are the Hornets now, following the bucket by the Spurs. 6 to shoot to stop the run, and Ball with the lay-in. Ball's got the game tied up here for the Hornets.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Pass to Barnes. Now here's Johnson. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. No good there with the step-back J. Charlotte shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Here's Bridges. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. In a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And on top of that, they're getting a lot of points off assists. And it's always a good sign when your team is working as a cohesive unit.
And that one falls for Bridges.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
Now, here's Harper. He's got 7. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. James dishes to Bridges. White against Harper. Out to Bridges. Drains the three-pointer. Bridges has got 9 points now in the quarter.
The playmaking skills of White continue to get better and better. Great kick-out pass there.
Harper the pass to Johnson. They need this. Hornets with the rebound. Bridges has got 5 rebounds tonight. They set the pick. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
You can count on White to make clever passes and operate the offense.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Charlotte making a switch. McNeely's checked in. Now we have a chance to see the teams that have been the NBA's best three-point shooters this month. The Hornets, number 1. In 4th, the Spurs.
And both of these teams are really lighting it up from long range, shooting with tremendous confidence. This is a great game to watch. You almost have to expect a shootout when they meet.
1:30 left in the third quarter of the game. Cornette finds Johnson. Over James, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Johnson's got 5.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Charlotte.
There's the pick. Bridges for 3. The rebound by the Spurs.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for rain. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Johnson. Count it. And now just a 4-point Hornets lead.
Oh, that barrel chest of Johnson makes the difference in that battle.
Here's McNeely. He has 5. Here's Bridges. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Bridges has got 11 in the second half. And San Antonio shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Harper the pass to Johnson. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shoots the three. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Shot substitution. Number 24, Brandon Miller.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. Shot clock at 6. Back to Cornet. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. And here's White. Here's Bridges. And so it's Charlotte with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth, we've got Brandon Miller. Kobe White is out there with ball, and it's Salon in at the 4 spot.
Shot substitution. Number 26, Xavier Tillman.
Hornets leading by 6. Miller with the ball. Pass the ball. Back to Miller. And it's Harper with the rebound. And so it's San Antonio with it. Johnson, the pass to Fox. It's tipped. And here is ball. Guarded by Fox. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Outside, Fox. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Johnson outside. Here's the three. The Hornets pull it in. They've led by as many as 11 points.
He hit 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't had anything since.
They set the pick. And White kicks the ball. Shoots over Fox. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A pass to Fox. And stolen by Miller. Here's ball over in the corner. White. Here's Tillman. Charlotte moving it around. And here's Miller. Takes the three. Nailed from three-point land. Miller's got the lead up to 11 now for the Hornets.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Fox. Pass to Cornet. Miller grabs the miss. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. That shot wide open. And the Hornets lead by 14.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Now, here's Fox. Johnson outside. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
You love to see the competitive fire, but he couldn't sink that revenge triple.
White the pass to Ball. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
He's about as smart a player as you'll find. LaMelo going to the up fake to earn the trip to the line.
LaMelo Ball. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And one of the true showmen in the league, LaMelo Ball is so much fun to watch. He can do anything with the rock and is always looking to make a highlight reel.
Victor Wembanyama is checked in for San Antonio. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in. Ball hits them both.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Hornets.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to ease up off the three.
And I have no clue how he got that one to fall, pulling some magic in the midair and torturing the defense in the process.
And it's Miller in the corner. Pass to Diabate. Fox against Ball. And it's good for 2. Ball's got 36.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Here's Ball, following the bucket by the Spurs. Fires the three, drills the three-pointer. Ball's got 39.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Fox against Ball. Here's Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got 5 assists in the game. Outside, White. Back to Ball. Drives to the hoop. Count that one. Ball's got 41.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Fox passes to Barnes. Down low. And the dunk by Barnes.
Okay, HB, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for Charlotte. At one point, they led by 16. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Spurs. Now Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. Now here's Barnes. A three-pointer off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And White kicks to Miller. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Miller's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Hornets.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense. That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He has decided it's the right time to talk. A different look now for San Antonio. Champagne's checked in, and it's Vassell in for Johnson. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. Knipple comes in for Kobe White. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened to Charles Lee talk to his team, and they told their team, no easy threes. Let's guard that arc. Don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Now, here is Miller. Back to Bridges. Right side, Ball. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox. Spurs trail by 14. Inside. Outside for Wembanyama. Pass to Champagnie. Fox from outside. Knipple with the rebound. Knipple's got his 4th rebound in this one. Ball with the bucket.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Here's Castle. Back to Fox. Wembanyama, right side. And the Spurs scoring again.
For his sake, I hope they can come back. You hate to see the performance he's having be wasted in a loss.
Pass to Knipple. Back to Ball. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Spurs. Now Fox. Good. And that's 18 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Ball against Fox with the step back. Ball no good. Spurs trail by 12. Here's Castle. Bridges with the steal. Pass to Miller. And it's Ball in the corner. Here's Knipple. Miller surveying the floor. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Now Vassell. Castle with it. 6 to shoot. It's deflected. Bridges with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Ooh, nice try, but they can't finish the alley-oop. Now Castle. Fox fires. Got it to go.
I love what Fox has been able to do offensively. He's really dictating the pace of this game.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Spurs fans, no reason to gripe.
Hornets leading by 10. Here's Miller. LaMelo. No good from 3.
Well, another tin cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
And the shot goes in.
The lefty, De'Aaron Fox, boy, I am happy I do not have to check him.
Second personal foul. First team foul. De'Aaron Fox. Shooting 1.
With so many great point guards in this league, sometimes a guy like De'Aaron Fox can be overlooked, but when he's on, no one can stay in front of that man.
Now, here's Ball. Oh, great touch off the pass.
And it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
And it's Fox with the ball for San Antonio. They trail by 9 points. Jacks up a three. Bridges with the rebound. Charlotte has gone over and over to the three-point shot in the fourth quarter. 4 of 9. Takes the three. Good.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Now Miller from 7. And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with a smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the second overall pick in 23. He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good for Miller. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And as the NBA gets more involved in global basketball, Richard, you and I were just talking about this. Commissioner Silver wondering about shortening games to 40 minutes. What are your thoughts?
Well, in the game of 2K, I think the sweet spot is about a 5-minute quarter. But in real life, if you change 48 minutes, there will be a revolt.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Hornets.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LaMelo Ball.
He was just dropping dimes left and right out there. Any opening that the D provided, he exploited it and found his teammates.
Down it goes for 3.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Shooting 1.
So it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.